Hi guys, so I'm going to be showing you how to do the mom plaques. The first thing you're going to do is go to System, Times New Roman is the font I use for the background word, whether it is mom, mama, nana, mima, whatever. This one I actually did mess up, which I'll fix later, but it was supposed to say mima, but I typed out mom just to show you. I do 10 by 3 or 2. I normally do 2. It just makes it a little bit centered on the plaque. Sorry if you hear my son. So I'm just kind of sizing that. And then we go, and you have to download it, but it's called I Love Glitter. And then to do the special little characters with this one, I went to, I'm on my iPhone, by the way, so I go to the little bracket, and it calls like a squiggle in front of the name. And then I always capitalize the first letter. So the names are Everly and Jeremy. So after Everly, I do a straight up and down for a squiggle with a filled in heart. But I'm going to show you a couple other things that you can do to do the same effect. The star is just a little heart, and then the underscore is a non-filled in heart. I personally like the look of the filled in one, but I've done both as well. So then we type in Jeremy, and the other squiggle is just the other bracket. So you can either ungroup the words and pull them together, or you can do letter spacing, which I find like a negative maybe 0.3, 0.4 is the perfect size without filling in all of the letters when you weld it. So after you do that, you'll select it all, weld that, and then I change the color so that my Cricut knows to cut out a different one after I size it. So it's 10 by, I do about 1.7 with the names, just because it's like a little smaller but perfect. And I do a different color also, so I can see what it's going to look like after I cut it. So it's going to look something like that. I don't really care about the color in Design Space. It's just to know that I'm using a different vinyl. So you can see I go back a couple times because the spacing between the letters was too small. So I'm going to just fix all that, do the same thing over again. Like I said, about 0.3 is good. I zoom in just to see if the letters are connected. They're not, so then I go down a little. You just really have to play around, find the perfect spacing. It can be a little hard, but just be patient. Weld it, size it, and then we're ready to cut. I also forgot to say earlier that the I Love Glitter font you can get from dafont.com. You can pay for it if you're going to be advertising on Etsy, because they will sue you if you don't. But if it's just for personal use, they do have a free download as well. But I did not record myself downloading that. Okay, so all this, but I use these tiles. They're just Subway tiles. I get them at Lowe's. I know you can get them at Home Depot as well. Mine are like 12 inches wide by, I think, 4 inches tall. So I just use these. You can use alcohol to prep them or whatever. I will insert a picture of the box at the end of this so that you guys get an idea of where to look. So now I'm just gonna go and load all my colors onto my mats, and then we can cut. Okay, so I start with the black. I think it's the easiest, and for my settings, I like to keep it on custom, but you can just do like vinyl because it's just permanent vinyl. And now I'm gonna switch to my Cricut Design Space so I can show you how I do that. Okay, so back in Design Space, I had to take a break to find all my vinyl, so we're just gonna say keep. And I actually put the wrong thing that needs to say Meemaw. So we're going to go back to System Times New Roman, capitalize it, and do Meemaw. And it's the same steps as before. So then we're going to edit and do 10 by 3. Or actually by 2. Okay. Make it. I want to do the other mat first, so I just press it. Continue. I always forget to connect to my Cricut. Okay. So when I get here, I just do premium vinyl. I don't fast cut or anything because I'm new, and the few times that I have fast cut, it messes up my vinyl. So then we just press the make it button and it's gonna cut out, and then you'll do the same for the names. I do a different color. So for this one, she asked for purple. So I'm gonna do purple for the names. So I know this angle is really weird. I just don't film, so I don't have a setup. So now I'm just gonna weed the extra black off of the name, Meemaw. And we'll do the same for the other names too, but you wanna go slower on the I Love Glitter because where it is a smaller font, it can rip a lot easier. So you just want to be a lot more careful. Just take your time. I have definitely messed up a few projects from going a little too fast, so just keep your time. Don't mind my son watching me do this in the corner. Okay, so now you can see that there's just a little bit in between the letters. I'm just going to weed that out off camera, and then I'll come back and show you how to put it onto the plaque. So I just cut a piece of transfer tape out to size, and now I'm just going to adhere it to my vinyl. It shouldn't take a lot of pressure, but you know, just do how you do. I'm just going to do it off camera, get all the transfer tape on here. And then if this isn't a good enough tutorial, I will redo it and have my boyfriend hold the camera. So here we go. It's really not that hard. So I cut the vinyl out to the exact size of my paper. And then I just kind of try to center it the best that I can. You can measure it. I normally feel like I don't need to. So then I take my little squeegee again, and I just make sure that it sticks to the plaque. It normally is pretty good after one pass over. I'm just paranoid, so I like to do it a couple different ways. And then I peel it. Do it slowly, otherwise you'll rip your transfer tape. Not that it really matters, but I just like to reuse it because it's still pretty sticky afterwards. So there's the Meemaw part. So then we're going to take our names, and here is what we're going to do. We're going to take the transfer tape, stick it on there, and we're going to put it right here. Or, well, more centered, so like this. Not that you can tell, but so I'm just going to put my transfer tape on there, and since this is a foil, I might need a different kind of transfer tape, but I'm just going to try to get it to stick to this. Hopefully it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I'm still learning as well, so I'm just going to really roughly get this on here. I find that the rougher the better sometimes. I feel like maybe that's when I should try to switch tapes, but I'm still learning, so I don't really know what all vinyls need what kind of transfer tape, so it's all like a trial and error for me, but That's fine. And then with the harder ones, I like to flip them and do the back to make sure that it really sticks. Okay. So I'm just going to keep on doing that. If I have to cut out a strong grip transfer tape, I will. So just keep in mind what materials you're using, because if you use a plain vinyl like this, which I am on the next one, then you can use the same transfer tape, and I try to use it all up, all the stickiness whenever I'm doing multiple of these, which I am today. So yeah. Okay, so now that I have the names on a piece of transfer tape, this is the trickier part. It's just getting it lined up right in the middle, right where it looks really good. This looks good to me. No, it doesn't. So, like I said, take it slow. I'm gonna just lay it down a second so I can line it up. Okay, so that looks good to me. We're gonna do the same process. I just kind of laid it over. I don't cut out a block or anything. I just lay it right on top. I think it looks fine. So you can cut out a block. I also just don't really know how to yet, so I'm doing the same thing again by squeegeeing it. Noah, watch out. Watch out, baby. So then we just peel it.
If this doesn't sum up being a mom, I don't know what else will.
Noah, my transfer tape is ripping, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult just because we're going to have to get the pieces out. And I'll show you when I'm done ripping off the transfer tape. And here is the finished product. So you can seal this with Mod Podge, spray sealant, but if you're using permanent vinyl, it should be fine. I am going to package this and I will have her know that it's ready. Thank you for watching.